Hello, welcome to Chapter 6 for Business Math called Cash Purchases. This is for Lesson 6.6 called Markdown. As always, make sure you are reading through the chapter, look at the lesson, what vocabulary and concepts are they introducing, go through the examples to understand exactly what's happening. Not just how do I do it, but why, what are we doing? So definitely pay attention to the chapter. All right, so let's go ahead and read the summary here. So we have stores often sell products at sales prices that are lower than their regular selling prices. The markdown or discount is the amount of money that you save by purchasing a product at the sales price. The markdown rate or discount rate of an item is its markdown expressed as a percentage of its regular selling price, which I'm sure everybody at this point has probably seen that. When you walk into the store and, especially in the clothes aisle, they do this a lot, where you'll see, 30% off or 25% off. So we get to see the markdown amount all the time. We don't always get to see what that actually means. Some stores actually do provide you with the that little chart where you can say, if it's this price and 25% off, this is what you'll pay. Some companies actually give you that. Others don't. They, either you have to calculate it yourself or you have to wait till you get up to the register to see how much it's going to cost. But learning how to calculate yourself definitely can help save you a little bit of stress there before you get up to the register. All right, so markdown, we have our markdown equals the regular selling price minus the sell price. And to calculate the markdown, you can do markdown rate times regular selling price. So they labeled both of these markdown. That was a little bit silly of them. So they should have done I don't know how you could have actually made those sound different. They're both technically markdown. It's just kind of a weird way to say it. So this is markdown what you're not going to be paying, and this markdown is more like the amount you're saving, I guess, the regular sales price minus the selling price. So they just kind of had that wording a little funny there. All right, so if we look at this one, we have button front tank. So ribbed cotton in blue, olive, or yellow, small, medium, large, original $29, sale $20.30. So they just want to determine the markdown. So in this case, I have two prices. So I'm going to use this first guy here. So we have $29 original, and it's now $20.30. So I'm just going to subtract that, and that'll tell me what the markdown was. So, how much do I save on this one? Same idea for this Tattersall blouse, I think. Hopefully that's how you say that, Tattersall. So they're giving you too much information here. You don't necessarily need to know what the item is or the description. It's just kind of nice to have some context, background to it there. All right, so let's look at the next one here. So Noelle Maggie purchased a micro cut shredder at a sale price of $179.99. The regular selling price is $199.99. He also purchased a PhotoSmart printer at 25% off the regular price of $499.99. So the first question is, what is the markdown of the shredder? So we have two prices here. We're going to use this first equation, regular price minus the sale price. So we're just going to subtract these two again, just like we did up here. What is the markdown on the printer? So in this case, they didn't give us two amounts. They gave us a percentage and the original price. So we have to use this second one here. So if you use the markdown rate times the regular selling price. So we have 25% times $4.99. So really, they do get us the same amount. It just depends on the information they give us there. And that'll tell us how much we get to save. What is the markdown? It doesn't tell us how much we're paying. It's just telling us how much we're saving, because that will literally give us the 25% that he's not going to pay. Let's see. Same exact idea on these next ones. So just make sure you're paying attention to, they're going to give you multiple items on the next couple here. So you may have to do some addition there before multiplying for your markdown, because they're definitely giving you a couple of items for both 5 and 6 that you have to add together. Let's look at the algebra one real quick. So Sarah Allen is interested in buying a notebook computer. If she buys the computer this week, she will save $150 while it is marked down 16%. If she buys the computer next week, she will pay the regular sale price. What is the regular selling price? So we just need to, take the equation that we were given up top here. We know that markdown equals rate times price. And I know I kind of shortened that as much as I could there, just so it's a little easier to look at here. I'm going to scooch down. So we have our markdown equals our rate times our price. And our markdown, they told us she's going to save $150. We already know how much she's going to save. And we already know what the markdown rate is. It's 16%. We just need to know, sorry, I'm writing right through the words here. We just need to know what the percentage is. Here, I'll get rid of a little bit of this. Whoop. All right, perfect. So 16% times price, and I'm going to use P instead of price now, just to kind of make it a little simpler. So we're multiplying by 16%. We just need to divide both sides by 16% here, and that will tell me how much the original purchase price was. So I need to do 150 divided by 16%. Make sure it's not divided by 16, divided by 16%, because that's definitely different. You want to either move this decimal over 2 times before typing it in, so it'd be 0.16, or if you have, and most calculators I believe have this now, you can do 16 and percent. It'll move it for you. Be careful about how you do that depending on the calculator. Sometimes it responds a little differently. If you do 15 divided by 16%, so it did divide it, but it did not divide it correctly. So it kind of did a little bit of a funky thing there, because my computer calculator for some reason does this, and my personal calculator, my phone calculator, does not do this. So it's kind of a weird thing, but if you want to do it, say on a calculator that's doing it like this, because the original purchase price is not going to be $8. Hopefully we understand that. That's not reasonable at all. If she's saving $150, then the original purchase price can't be $8. That doesn't make any sense. So we'd want to go 150 divided by, and I want to hit my parentheses and then go 16%, and then in the parentheses, it's still divided. Darn it, it wasn't supposed to do that. It's still dividing. See, this calculator likes to argue on my computer. Darn it. But if I do it correctly, 150 divided by 0.16 equals, there we go. That's more what I'm looking for. If you're going to get $150 off an item, it's probably a pretty high priced item. That's a lot of money to get off. So anyway, I hope that helped. I know that was a little bit of a longer explanation there, but I just wanted to make sure you understood. Be careful about how you type in the calculator and the percentages, and then pay attention to the kind of the realistic or the logical the reasonability, of your answer. So I had 8 that very first time I typed it in. That doesn't make any sense. It can't be $8. Taking $150 off of $8. What? That doesn't make sense. So you just have to pay attention to that when you're calculating things. All right, so I hope that helped, and I will see you in section 7.